Thank you, Jeff, and good morning. Welcome to Rhode Island. How many of you are from Rhode Island? How many of you are not from Rhode Island? Excellent. Good. Stay here a long time. See what we have to offer. Fall in love with it and consider not leaving. I have two of my colleagues in government who are here in the audience today. One is Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, who I'm sure is very familiar to many of you here. There are a few champions of climate change that are more thoughtful and passionate than Senator Whitehouse in the United States Senate. Thank you for being here. My colleague in the House, Congressman David Cicilline. David is a fighter for Rhode Island, but also a believer that you can still make things in America. And certainly there are many people in this audience who believe that, and we thank you for your good work in Washington on that effort. Thank you both for being here. As Jeff said, I am an advocate for the environment, and I usually begin my comments in audiences such as these talking about the reality of climate change. But I have a feeling I can skip over that for this crowd because you believe it. But I will say that, climate change is real, caused by human activity, and not going to go away on its own. It's up to us, policymakers, business leaders, entrepreneurs, to meet the challenge of climate change. And, Jeff mentioned the work I did around the pensions. Climate change isn't that different from big, thorny fiscal issues, which is to say, it's not going to go away unless we take action, and it's only going to get harder the longer we wait. So we have to meet the challenges of climate change with urgency and seriousness of purpose. Just adding some moonlight in here, see? In the same way that we would, other fiscal challenges, rising pension costs, rising healthcare costs, because if we don't do that, it's just going to get harder, and everybody here knows that. In fact, the water in Narragansett Bay is getting so warm that our Rhode Island lobsters are coming from Maine. This is a problem. So we have to get serious about it. And I have to say, as the governor of Rhode Island, I want my state to be a leader. Number one is the right thing to do. Number two, I want our state to be known as the state that solves problems and meets challenges. But number three, the silver lining in meeting the challenge of climate change is we can create jobs. And I'm incredibly proud of Jeff and his team and his investors for being leaders, and all of you here. The good news here is that we can create jobs in wind, in solar, in energy efficiency. And those are the kind of jobs that I want to have here in Rhode Island. The day I was elected governor, we had the highest unemployment rate in America. Now we've cut that in half since then, and we have a great deal of momentum, but we have to keep going. And everything I do is focused on that. I'm trying to lead by example. Last year I signed an executive order committing the state of Rhode Island as a consumer to using 100% renewable electricity by 2025. And I'm very pleased to say that last year alone we reduced our energy use by almost 10%. We're going to hit that goal. One of the first things I did as governor is I created an infrastructure bank, making monies available to our cities and towns to do low-cost capital, to do energy efficiency retrofitting of municipal buildings, town halls, city halls, school buildings. We've already put tens of millions of dollars on the street and are employing many people to do that work. The green economy is thriving and growing in Rhode Island. Last year, we're a state of about 1 million people, labor force of several hundred thousand. We already support more than 14,000 jobs in clean energy and the green economy. That's a lot of families who make their living in this industry. And here's the best news, it's growing. That 14,000 is a 40% increase over 2015. So, a couple years ago, we did a study, and we said that the rate of growth of jobs in the clean economy would be about 17%. It's actually 40%. So we are absolutely on a roll, and I'm here to tell you, as the governor, as the leader of this state, I believe in this. And my message to you is that I want you to think about Rhode Island as a great place for you to innovate, be entrepreneurial, solve problems, and work with us to create jobs. Now, Jeff says he's proud of me. Actually, we're incredibly proud of you. I'm the only governor in America who gets to say we are home to North America's first and only offshore wind facility. That's amazing. Thank you. That is an amazing thing. And we're proud of that. And my message is that all of the things about Rhode Island that enabled us to be first with deep water wind are the reasons you ought to think about doing business in Rhode Island. So, first of all, we have no fossil fuel industry here in Rhode Island. We're not as attached to an old fossil fuel industry. That's a big deal. That means we have a culture embracing of this industry. Secondly, we have high electricity costs. You know, I want manufacturers to be in Rhode Island. I want businesses to be in Rhode Island. I have to bring down cost while meeting the challenges of climate change. The only way that's going to happen is innovation. Cleaner, less expensive, affordable, reliable, and green. So that's where you come in. Help us innovate to meet the challenge of these high electricity and energy costs. And finally, we're great at collaboration. I don't want to be overly competitive, but our neighbor to the north in Massachusetts was trying to beat us to this finish line. But because of Jeff and the great work of our federal delegation and our folks that did the ocean mapping and our Coastal Resources Management Board, we got there first. Because we know how to collaborate. We're small, and we know how to get everybody in a room to solve a problem and make things happen quickly. And you don't have to that's not just the biased governor saying that, it's a fact. We made it happen here. So as I say, all the things that made us first will make us a great home for your businesses. Jeff mentioned I made my living prior to public service as an entrepreneur, first starting a company and then investing in early stage medical device companies. So I believe deeply in the job creating power of new industries and of entrepreneurs and innovators who create their companies trying to tackle new problems and, quite frankly, trying to take down more entrenched old-fashioned industries. So my job now as the governor and as the key cheerleader and as the head of business development is to take our leadership in the fact that we're first to market with deep water wind and to use that to create the full supply chain, the full depths of that industry here in Rhode Island. I have a few people from my Commerce Department who are here, who are going to stick around today. We have new tax incentives for companies that build new facilities here. We have very compelling tax incentives for companies that add jobs here, jobs that are above our median income. We have special incentives for companies that are focused on innovation. And I want you to hear loudly and clearly that I'm highly interested to grow this industry. And we also have skill programs. In fact, one of the only states in the country that has apprenticeship programs focused on green economy jobs. So we're serious about this, folks. We went first, but now it's to build. And I would love nothing more than to use the challenge of climate change to create high-wage, high-skilled jobs in Rhode Island and to work with all of you to make sure that Rhode Island really emerges as a true leader among states, as the state that is the most integrated, the most collaborative, the most aggressive in creating a supply chain for wind energy, bringing down our electricity costs, and really helping save our climate for our kids and our grandkids in the process. So have a wonderful day, and thank you all for being here.